expecting in the next. So if you can see my screen right now, what you're seeing is the new Tafabot application. Now, we did say our goal for this is to make it as simplified as possible for you. So I did show how it takes to start up our martingale bot with the new application, super simple and easy. So you don't have to go through all the manual process that you currently do. So if I were to create a martingale bot, all I need to do is select what type of bot. I want a bot for futures. And I accept the rates. I want a bot that creates a short or a long trade. And it gives me a new system to say auto configuration, all manual configuration. So when I go for auto configuration and I put in my data, and that is it, I connect my exchange and I have my bot set up already. So that becomes a really, really seamless that you don't have to go to the calculator on the website to impute and then get the setting to impute into your app. You just put auto, put in the price movement over here, the average movement, the take profit, the stop loss, and done, and your bot is created. That easy for users who want to create their own bot. Also, we're making it as simple as possible for users who have no technical ideas to be able to also follow other traders through the Tafabot mirror trading. So we did say that mirror trading is also very, very simplified, that you could find someone who you want to copy. And if you own the mirror, you don't have to specify each mirror for different amounts. You can have one mirror that covers up for every possible amount, like you can see here, from 500 to $100,000 to be able to use this mirror. You could just click copy and you have your mirror running easy and simple. And it doesn't matter what exchange you are using, like the current app that only allows you to copy the person on the same exchange as you. So a lot of improvement is on the way. You want to keep tuned for that. And if you're looking for more ways to make a whole lot of money, that happens also through the mirror trading. So you can own your own mirror setup and you could charge a fee, like you see here. Bot copying fee is a 2%. You could charge a fee for others to follow your own mirror. And it's as simple as you join the live setup, you get the setup, create the setup into your own Tafabot, while others who don't need to join the setup are plugged into your setup, and their exchange is taking the same trade using the same configuration as yours. And when they make a profit, they make an automatic payment to you on whatsoever fee that you specify. So you could say maybe your copy is free or is between 1 to 5% fee. So that is something beautiful to look forward to on how to own your own mirror. And we're doing that by looking for users who own their own community, or you're controlling a community. Owning a mirror will be a very, very good option for you. All right, that being said, we're making a whole lot of improvement and we're going to keep unveiling that as we go along our trainings. So for today, we want to see what the market is doing and how all of our trades are performing. And it's been a really, really interesting couple hours. If you're following the market, you notice Bitcoin did a flash crash down to almost 26,000 from 28,000. That was so fast that it also caused Binance system to go offline. So if you're on Binance Trade, you will notice that either you took profit from that fast crash or Binance gave you an error. What you need to do is just to clear that error and your trade should continue once Binance resumes their trading. So you could see over here, if you can see my screen, over the past 4 hours, over 82% of long position was liquidated out of the market. So that is something interesting. But we're on the short side, means we did take profit from our own position. One of the trade that did really, really well is the LINA trade that went way over in profit. At one point, we wanted even alerting users to restart the bot because it just kept printing profits even up to now. Then we also have the trade on BTC that was also on profit, but right now is back because BTC did a bounce again. And we have RLC that is still very static. So want to see what is the market planning to do? Where are we moving from here? Now, I did say that we're expecting a dump below 25,000 where we can find better support, and Bitcoin has been trying to do that numerous times, but wasn't able to do that. What it means is there are a lot of whales defending the markets. So there are a lot of traders defending the market that doesn't want it to go below. Now, there could be several reasons for that. A lot of the reasons could also be as a liquidity hunt. They want to trap a lot of person into the trade before moving lower. So it's quite a time to be very careful with our setup. So you could see over here a lot of bubbles of long liquidation. You could see long liquidation that was cleared here with that dump. You see a lot of bubbles of long. All of these long liquidations were cleared out of the market. And then a lot of persons open short position, which also could, it is being cleared out of the market at over 28,100. So we're going to see a lot of short, big short position over here. This is for $209 million that could be cleared at 28,400. So what do we expect for the whales to do, seeing all of this, is that they're going to try to push the price a little bit higher again. And after pushing the price to take all of the shots out, we still should expect the dump to happen. So that is what we are looking forward to during the weekend. We could see Bitcoin try to push forward again to 29K, maybe 30, to clear out all of this long, and then finally do the large crash. So want to be on the side of where the market is moving to, not where it is currently. Want to be on the side of the short to benefit from such kind of movements. Now, yesterday, a lot of other market also performed very well, like Tomo that went really parabolic and hit a whole lot of take profit. Now, we did say yesterday that Tomo was in an accumulation stage. So we had a lot of traders were still accumulating Tomo, and then it did that push to 30% movement. So that was an interesting one. If you had your Tomo on, then you really did take all of those profit, but we really do wish that we took more from it by increasing our take profit. But now Tomo is down. Then we also have MKRO that did also take profit. So I want to believe by now that no one is in any trade that you shouldn't be in, apart from the trade of BTC and RLC from yesterday. So I want to jump to that and see what do we expect. Once again, the chat on Zoom is open where you can send your feedback or comments or questions, and we'll try to answer all of it as we keep going. To add, if you did apply for the Retraders Resort, which is a podcast where we got to talk to you or talk with you about your Tafabot resort, how well it is, and also promote your referral link to the community with a discount on your link. If you did send an application to be featured on that show, you want to check your email, you should already have a response to schedule a time for that. We want to see a lot of traders who are following the configuration and getting results, and we want to showcase you for others to start copying your trade. So one of the traders that we're going to be opening mirrors to are also traders who we've verified that their configurations are extremely perfect. All right, Okay, a user said, I did turn off my Tomo and MKRO then before the push. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We move on to take more profits. Another is how to stop my trade on Tafabot app because it's giving me profit. So you've made profit, but the profit is still running. If it is up to your take profit yet, then the Tafabot app will close it. If it's not, you want to let that be, and it's going to handle the trade. But if it is over the take profit and it's not closing it, you want to let us know. Let's be sure if that could also be the problem with Binance if you're on Binance Exchange. And they did announce that they're still updating their system from a crash. So what do we expect from the markets throughout the weekend? We're going to have our configuration that should run all through the weekend. And what should we expect? Another is that I'm still on LINA. Should I stop it? Okay, no need to stop it. We're going to have more LINA trade running. Okay, so let's see all of the trade. First, we're going to review all the trades that we were in yesterday, but let's see what do we expect from the market. So first, we still see BTC having money flow into the markets like we talked about, and that's still very, very interesting, which gives it that BTC could still approach the 2930K before the crash because money is still moving into BTC. Now, that doesn't mean that every altcoin is going to follow, because traders also know that we should expect that dump. So if BTC approach that, it's going to crash, and that will cause altcoin to crash further. Then we can see in the USD money flow that we're having a really good bounce off our zone over here into the upper level. So we could see a lot of persons cashing out their profits and staying in USD. Then we have also the same thing as money is leaving altcoin. So you want to watch this. Money is strong in BTC, money moving into USD. Where is the money moving into USD coming from? If BTC is very strong, it's coming from money moving out of altcoins. So altcoins are crashing while BTC is still staying strong just to approach the 2930 before we see a further crash. That will then hurt altcoin furthermore. Okay, so we're going to review the trades we were. Both of them that are still on is still BTC and RLC. Now, a user said my PNL on RLC is higher than the percentage drop from entry. Could you specify better what you mean? If you're talking about the BTC trade, then it should be totally fine using the setup that we did give, okay? Another user say, why is it that those with lower cash don't take profit same time with those with higher cash? Started LINA yesterday and it's still running. I'm not sure how your LINA should still be running if you started it yesterday. If you can see my screen, LINA over here, we started LINA right around here. LINA has done a large move. It has done way over more than 10 different entries strategy period with LINA, and we had 5 in our setup. So if you have LINA, it should be totally done. If it's not, we're still continuing LINA today. That's the good news. Okay, another is that I made a 30% profit from the Tomo push, but however, I increased my strategy period to 15 to keep taking profit, but Tomo is dumping. Is there hope? No, I really do not see Tomo bouncing up from there. And when we did see Tomo approach the top level, yeah, so this is what you want to watch it for. There are only very, very few occasions that the market goes above our zone or out of our zone. So when Tomo approached the 30 zone, yeah, I knew it was over, right? So when you see that, that's why we share this screenshot. That's why we show you in the chat. That's why you join the Zoom to see what are the zone. When a market approaches the top level of our zone, you don't want to touch such market. Of course, there are scenarios where a market could go out of the zone. Yes, we've seen scenarios like that, but generally, a market always stay 100% within our zone. So one of the things we did late at night, I just woke up and saw Tomo at our zone. So one of the things I did was to set a Tomo short when it was at the zone. So I turned on Tomo for a short. So over here, you could see my profits, Tomo, a whole lot of Tomo. And the reason for that is I didn't need to do any other analysis. I just saw that, hey, this is at the top level of the buy zone. Means we expect a crash from that level. So you see a lot of Tomo. So I do not see Tomo going up from this angle. I do see it going down further. So you want to see how to manage that. Either you're calling it off or wait for a little bounce that Tomo could give if Bitcoin pushes to the 29K, and you want to cash out from that. Another is that what should I do on Ocean? If you still have Ocean running, I want to believe you want to cut that out. We did announce for you to cut out those trades that were stagnant like Ocean. All right. So let's move to RLC and BTC to look at all the trades that we want to do today. How can one personally identify the zone? We try to teach them sometimes over here, but most times when we've already done that, like you could see here, you could take a screenshot of it to know these are places to watch out for. Like you could see the one on our screen. Let's go back to the chart. So you want to see those are places to watch out for. We always do share that. You can see all the Tomo, for example, and all of the trades that we do. All right, so let's jump in. So first is BTC. BTC is already crashing again, despite Binance still being in maintenance, but BTC is already crashing. So one of the trades that we did share today is that we're continuing our BTC shorts. Okay, we're continuing the BTC short. So we did post it in the Telegram chat. So if you missed that, you want to do that right away. If you created any of the setup that we gave, you want to go ahead and start up the bots. So today we do have a trade for BTC, for RLC. We have a trade for BAND. We have a trade for OMG. So these are several trades that we're going to be taking for today. Although Binance is still on maintenance, but you could start up the bot, and if Binance system is clear, it just continues from there. So you want to start up your OMG setup, you want to start up your BAND setup, you want to start your BTC, and you want to start up your RLC. So let's start with BTC. What do we still expect from BTC to do? So like I did say, we're expecting BTC into the first 25,400 is what we're still looking forward for BTC. 25,400, and if it pushes further, we're looking at $23,800. But if BTC decides to go in the upward direction, we are only seeing $31,900. So you want to create that BTC short right away if you still don't have it. If you have it from yesterday, it's still the same short, just keep it running. Let me know. I'm going to put the BTC again in your screen. So tell me BTC done, and we move to the next setup. So we have BTC over here in your screen. The movement is 28, average is 3. You want to set that up. Is it okay for those using Binance to set up today? Yes, go ahead. I'm using Binance also, and I'm running my setup. Of course, you might see some errors, like errors that Binance is still on maintenance is coming up here, but you just let it be. And when Binance is done, it's going to switch. Yes, if you're getting an error after switching on Binance, it's the same thing. I also do have an error that tells me that Binance is on maintenance or it couldn't process my request. So that is one issue with Binance during when the market is very volatile. It's always good, though, to have two exchanges connected to your Tafa, so you could move money from one to the other for situations like this. So I personally do have Binance and OKES. So there are times I could switch my trades to OKs and just put the money over there, or to Binance, whichever one is better at any time. So if you have Binance, you can start up the bot. Once the maintenance is done, it's just going to continue. Right now, it probably will not run until Binance allows it to go through. Perfect. Say my BTC didn't trade, but my ROTC just gave me 0.3 profit, RLC. Okay. So let's go ahead. Make sure you already have the BTC set up. If you're done, please tell me done. If you have it from yesterday, just say you have it from yesterday. Let's move to the other setup. We have some new setups for today, and you should already start the bot. So we can move ahead from BTC and our setup from yesterday, RLC. Let's look at RLC charts and see what it is saying. So RLC is quite interesting that it is one of the markets that did not move and just kept progressing. So our setup started from around here, and it has moved almost 8% or so from our setup. Now, the funny thing with RLC is that it does have weak volume. It does have a higher sell than buy, and the volume keeps reducing at each time, which means we should be expecting this dump to start happening, but we don't see it happening yet, which tells us that there are whales who are defending the price on RLC. So what are we expecting from RLC? There's a possibility that RLC pushes up to our first zone over here of 2.37, or maybe even further to the second zone of 2.5. But what is going to happen if any of these do happen is we're going to have more entries into the market, meaning more profits. At that final part, we're still going to see RLC dumping into the bearish zone. So if that does happen, you're just going to be accumulating more money into the market, and there's nothing to worry about. Okay, I do have another user who said BTC actually did take several profits from yesterday. I'll just check mine. I'm not certain that mine did. So possibly, are you on Binance Exchange or any other exchange? So you're saying your BTC did take 3 profit from yesterday. That's interesting. Should you increase it to 5 strategy periods since 3 is done? So what you want to do is to do the same. You want to increase it. But today, we are not doing 5 because we're holding this trade throughout the weekend, right? So our strategy periods are 10 for today. So these trades are going to be running from today, possibly till Sunday. So we do have 10 strategy period for all of the markets that we are setting, and not 5. User Henry, I connected my Bybit to Tafabot. I can't see my funds in Tafabot. What could be the problem? Could you start up a bot and see if you have any log from starting up a bot? That will give better information on what to do. So if you don't have RLC, you want to start it up. Now, the beautiful thing is that you're starting from the pump it has already done, means you have better entry than some of us who did start it yesterday. So if you don't have that, you want to start up RLC right away. It's right on your screen, movement 40, average 6 or 9, depending on your capital. When that is done, let me know if this is totally done or you have it from yesterday, so we can move to the next setup for today. All right. So we have a lot of persons done. Please let me know more persons if you're done with this, and we move to next setup for today. Is still on LINA. So that's interesting. LINA is still printing money. So if you do have your LINA still on the short, that is totally fine. If not, you want to restart your LINA to continue running. Another is a BTC setup didn't trade yesterday. Can I set it up today? Yes, you can go ahead. And user noise, RLC is on -8. Yes, I did talk about that just a while, about RLC and what to expect from it. So next trade is for LINA. You want to start up LINA also. It has given a lot of profit, but it still has a large profit capacity to give. Let's look at the charts and see what do we expect from LINA. So LINA is one of the market that has the most horrible outgoing volume. Means people are taking out money from LINA, and that started right after the push up over here. We kept seeing much more declining volume till the volume is becoming almost nothing. So what we do expect is for LINA to do a push into our first zone. That's all we're expecting from it. It has already done the push downward, so it needs to achieve the first zone over here at 0.0095. That will complete all of our strategy, and from there we do expect LINA to have some bounce in the upward direction. So you want to start up LINA to take profit from it. Another user, my LINA is already running. Can I increase the period to 10? Yes, you could go ahead, increase the period to 10. Let it continue printing money. Back to the LINA setup in your screen. So you want to take it right away. The setup is still on your screen. I believe a lot of us already have this setup from yesterday, so that is a good thing. We will just proceed to the other setups. We have one setup for OMG also today. If you've not started that yet, you want to start up that setup. For OMG, we're also tracking 32. Binance just opened, so if you're on Binance, it's currently running. The trades are opening right now on Binance. That's a good thing. So we're taking OMG, 32 movements and 6 average for whichever capital that you have. We're tracking a 6 average. So you want to set that up right away. You want to start up the bot for OMG. 32.6, if you've not gotten that, it's still on your screen while we go to the chart for what should we expect from OMG. Amazing. So OMG is a pretty static coin, right? Meaning we might not be seeing some vibrant movements like other market, but we do expect is that OMG has one more movement to go, but we're not taking a long on that movement because that movement is 100% dependent on BTC to make its movement, which if BTC doesn't, we're expecting it to start crashing from here. So the next movement for OMG is just at about 19% maximum movement. So that's the beautiful thing. It means we're going to be accumulating a lot of money into OMG before we do expect a crash. That is if it's able to achieve that, or we just start taking profit from now as it starts crashing if BTC doesn't achieve the next movement. So that's something to look forward to on OMG. I'm going to put it back in your screen. Want to make sure you take that up. You have OMG back on your screen. So if you did miss it, you want to put that and start the bot right away. Band is on profit. LINA is already printing profits. That is interesting. If you've taken any of those trade, Band, LINA, they're already printing profits. So after OMG, next we're going for Band, which is going to be our final setup for today. So totally we have about 5 setups. 3 setup from yesterday, 2 new setup today. that we are continuing to run all through the weekend. Band has the same configuration as OMG 32.6. You want to track that also. Someone said the strategy period posted on Telegram is 5. Is that right? We're pulling to 10 right now because we're running the trade throughout the weekend. So we're pulling to 10. So you want to pull that to 10 also. Only BTC, yes, BTC does have 5 because BTC has a very short movement to achieve, which is just a 10% movement as against other markets. So yes, we keep BTC at 5, but other markets, we're switching it to 10. So you want to make sure you've taken up the band setup, which is going to be our final setup for today. And I'm going to take other questions in the chat. If you do have some, you want to send it right now. We're going to go through those questions again and finalize for the weekend. Then we continue in the Telegram group. If you're not yet on the Telegram group, you want to join right away. If the market does change during the weekend, we are also going to be updating in the Telegram channel. So that's a place you want to be. If you're not there, you want to join right away in the Tafabot setup channel. Okay, back to BTC. User saying, what's the average for BTC? Average for BTC is still 3, same as before. So you want to take that. So while you're taking that, we want to look at COTI for a user who still has a COTI trade. We want to look at what we can expect from COTI. Okay, COTI sincerely, if we are to add COTI, COTI is so static and that is not a good thing at all. So what we do expect is COTI to become one of those coins that should have a downward movement following BTC. Now, what you see in COTI is a flat out movement running in COTI. You also see the same thing in the volume of COTI over here. And that is quite funny that COTI is almost dried up with volume. So you see a flat at volume over here happening on COTI, which explains why the price is not moving. And what the price would then do is to go more into the bearish. So in all of our setup, COTI has not been able to break into our bullish zone. We still find COTI trading below the bearish zone. So that is one market you don't want to have a long in. Rather, I would rather place a short on COTI. So if you still have that, you probably want to cut it off, or except you're planning to accumulate more COTI into the next bullish move. Another user is asking, can this setup be sent to us via email or Telegram? It's already sent to Telegram. So except you're not in the group, you want to join the Telegram channel. It is always sent on Telegram before the live setup. So we only come here to analyze the market, but you already have the setup before time. So if you're not there, user Inobi, you want to join the Telegram channel. For users Zion, I did see 30S for Telegram on BTC. Now, if you are on like $100 capital or so, or you have your first entry at $1, Binance has restricted the minimum capital for BTC trade to be about $20. Means if you're using 10S, it will be 1 multiplied by 10 is still $10. So it's below the Binance new requirement. So if you want to trade BTC for low capital, that is like $1 first entry, you might have to go to 20S to be able to enter the trade. User Nobi, let me know if that is clear, so you are not lost at the setup. It's already in Telegram channel. User Vivo, I think you're mistaken. We're not longing any of the setup. So if you're setting up LINA or RLC, strategy period 10, yes, take profit 0.5, but not long. It is a short setup and not a long setup. You want to be clear about that. The leverage for BTC is 10. We're running a 10S for BTC. For those who are still missing the Telegram channel, I'm sending it right away. Again, into the Zoom chats, you want to click on it, join right away. So you can find it in the group chat right now on Zoom. So you want to join right away. And we do communicate every stuff about your trading on that group. So let's see how well our trade is performing, and we call it a day. We find LINA performing very well already. We find Band doing the same. OMG is not yet fully catching up, and RLC. So we already have those two trades doing performing very, very fine. So we're going to call it a day for today while we continue on Telegram. So if you do have further question, you could send it right now, or you could continue that on the Telegram channel. Once again, if you did apply to be live on Real Traders Real Resort, you want to check your email and fix a schedule with the media guys on when we are going to have that section with you. Let me know if all of this is clear, guys, before we do call it a day, and you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Amazing. I see a lot of chats. Band has started the weekend. Band is already printing in money. That is good. Let me know if everything is clear before we do call it a day. Yes, Band has actually printed. That is beautiful. LINA is also printing. BTC is also. OMG is now printing also. That's a beautiful thing. OMG is also printing. Okay, more question. Is the leverage for BTC 10? The leverage is 10. Please don't forget. But I did say if your capital is not able to go for a 10x leverage because Binance increased the minimum trading for BTC, then you can use 20. That is only if your capital cannot cover. On average, you want to stay on 10. It is very, very important to be on 10x leverage. Perfect. User Richie asks, my bot is trading with total capitals against the 10S. Now, that's an interesting thing. It simply means that you are on auto deleverage aggressive. Now, what that does is it puts in the bulk part of your money for the best profits. Now, it keeps trailing your leverage. So at the point you're going to see your leverage is now 3S. At some point, it's going to see your leverage is now 10S, but with more capital. That's why you make more profit. So that is how it works. It switches your leverage in between, determines where to go from 1 to 10. So that just happens dynamically according to how the market is moving in your favor. User said, in my martingale bot, I only see normal type. I don't see auto type. What should I do? I believe you're talking about the new application that I just showed as an intro of what to expect. That is not in your current application. You want to get to the Tafabot martingale calculator. If you don't have it, I'll just send it right again into the Zoom chat for you. You want to put your setup there, get the setup and impute into your Tafabot. So if you're there, We're already on first profit on OMG. We're on first profit on Band and on LINA. The weekend has started. We can see that. So let's go make some profits, guys. And don't forget, if you did apply for Retraders, you want to check your emails and you want to finish scheduling your own time for that. Perfect. Amazing. One user said, I just took my first profit on BTC. That is good. For user Vivo, your BTC didn't trade yesterday. What could be the issue? Like I said, you want to look at the log. If it is capital, like I just explained, you want to update the first entry capital or the leverage to 20 to be able to cover up for Binance limits. So we see a lot of BTC profits already coming in. That is a beautiful stuff. All right, staffers, so that is going to be it for the week. You want to continue the conversation on the Telegram channel. I see a lot of us don't want to leave, but let's go make some money for the weekend and we'll communicate further. First entry amount and number of re-entry are not in the setup for LINA. What should I do? User Samuel, I believe you're joining us for the first time. You get your first entry and all the other data in the martingale calculator. So take the calculator, put in your capital, put in the details of average, the leverage, the price movement, and it will give you all other settings that you need. And also, user Anthony, yes, if the market does change during the weekend, I'm going to keep you guys updated. That's why you need to be in the Telegram channel where we talk about trading. And another user, how do I set my entry configuration? Seems like we do have a lot of new users joining us for the first time. Yes, I'm glad you've seen that. Amazing. You want to put that in the calculator to get your setup, and you want to start up right away. All right, staffers, I hope we can call it a day here and see you all. Have a lovely weekend and do make some profits.